This week on Football Mezzanine, we take a look at the biggest matchup in European football as Liverpool take on Manchester City at Anfield in another European night under the lights.
And additionally, we cover the other key Premier League matches where I rant on what Chelsea's loss means to their season and upcoming transfers.
Hey guys, how was your Easter weekend?
Football filled.
Football filled?
Football empty. Family stole my time.
Stole your time? You didn't get to see Chelsea capitulate, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
You know what? Probably, because I think I would have probably broke my TV with my remote.
So negatives of Easter weekend for Jesus is, he got crucified, but he was born again, and then he scored against Everton at Goodison Park, so I think he's up overall, I think, right?
Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was supposed to be a joke, Shrikar. You're not even, remotely amused, but...
You went 3 hours of sleep, the joke went completely over my head.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I did not,
Jesus? And then, I got this, way too late.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
Basically.
What's with the 3 hours of sleep, though?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered did that to me.
Oh, okay.
I got back.
Very nice.
I got back after driving for 5.5 hours, and I'm like, it's 12:30. I just want to play a little bit, so I can enjoy my night before going to bed.
Just
and
a little bit.
4 hours later.
Yeah.
Just a bit. Yeah. Happens
4
all
hours
the time.
later.
With FIFA especially.
Yeah, it's I'm just gonna play. No, that stopped happening to me in FIFA because
yeah.
I just got shit. After 10 games, I don't know, I'm just shit. So... I just,
what are you,
once
in
I
Division 7?
get hammered 4 goals, I just quit the game. I'm one of those guys. I'm like, fuck. I can't.
Wow, you're one of the rage quitters?
Yeah, I'm
in
one
seasons?
of the rage quitters. In seasons, yeah. No, if you score more than 7 goals on me, I'm quitting.
Don't concede 7 goals, dude. FIFA actually takes points off you if you rage quit, right? They make it harder for you to find a match in your next game.
I think so, yeah.
Basically, mine just crashes, so it thinks I rage quit every time it crashes. So I'm at this point now where I have to wait 15 minutes before it matches me with a player.
I don't see why they penalize you, because then the other player just gets an automatic easy win. So.
Yeah, honestly, they shouldn't.
I remember whooping some guy in the first 5 minutes. I got 3 goals, and then he rage quit. I'm like, sweet. It's not even a game. I can now go play another game.
And your player's fitness stays up too.
Yeah.
But we can get into the footy here.
The real footy, not the virtual.
The real footy, but... So, starting off the weekend it was Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
I think was the first major game that happened. And, Shrikar, what were your thoughts on this game in the second half, man?
Okay, so I woke up to the game. I woke up 20 minutes into the game, and I saw the score. It was not good. I was like, oh no, flashback to
Crystal Palace. What else?
I was like, oh no, not again. And then... yeah, there were a few controversial decisions in the game. Mane diving, Mane handball.
Okay, did you think it was a dive or not? I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I think it was a dive.
Okay, he came out today and Mane said, "Oh, it wasn't a dive. I should have gotten a penalty." He said that to the press.
I'm sure there was minimal contact, very minimal. But this is
yeah.
again going back into the obscurity of how much contact do you need to fall in the box, or should you just fall on contact?
It's should you fall if you get a touch because
exactly.
It puts you off balance?
Yeah.
Just so the referee notices it, because otherwise the referee's not going to notice it unless you go down, right? So that's where the whole dilemma comes in.
How much force is too much force, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
And
have
before
the
we
answer
have
to
pressure sensors on players now.
Oh my god. I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Oh no, contact.
Give them body cams,
400
too.
Newton.
Body cams.
I actually thought of that last night.
What were you thinking of last night?
No, sometimes in cricket, what they do is they have direct contact with the players on field.
Right.
So the commentators are talking to the player on the field playing the game. So I thought maybe even in football we could have POV cameras, player point of view.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Like a
and
GoPro.
how the referees have a watch that buzzes every time the ball crosses the goal line. They could have like 200 watches all over their body that buzz depending on what part of the player's body got touched.
Force all the players to wear like cams on their head and their chest as well, so you can see like from their point of view, but also like what the defender kind of sees.
And then maybe to get it like spot on, they could upload their consciousness into the ref to make sure that they weren't actually diving, because otherwise how would you know, right? You wouldn't know.
Future football right here. I think they need to hire us for this.
Yeah.
Basically.
So the actual Liverpool game.
Oh man, Mane came back in the second half to score. Great goal with assist king James Milnerino.
Yes, what a daddy.
Dude, his Instagram is the funniest thing ever.
I know, and his Twitter now.
Yeah, and his Twitter. It's so jokes.
I love James Milner.
He's taking to the meme.
Yeah, he is. I'm glad. But yeah, Liverpool showed like a bit of resilience that we haven't seen from them, I think, this season 2. Well, I mean, it's just classic Liverpool, right? To just once they go behind,
we've never really seen that,
they tend to either not collapse this season so much, but they overcame the Crystal Palace crowd and they were able to come back without conceding.
Then again, this is a completely different team, so they don't have the experience of like. I think only Henderson that's played in that game.
Yeah, Daddy Henderson. But yeah, Salah continuing his march, and man, my fantasy team is golden because of Salah.
What a guy.
I'm so scared, man. I'm so scared for him in the Champions League. I don't know who's gonna stop him. We'll get onto that later when we talk about the Champions League. But
yeah, 84 minutes Salah goal. Wow,
yeah, so
it was a good game.
Liverpool are pretty much cemented now in top 4. So
yeah, I looked at the games. We have 6 games left, and for Chelsea to have any chance of getting back, I think we need to lose 2 games, or I think it's 7 points.
Oh, it's done.
Oh yeah,
it's done.
Chelsea are even like 8 points behind Tottenham now, so it's
how many games
done.
left?
For 7, you guys, I think there's 7.
6?
Yeah, it would take a miracle at this point.
But we do go to Stamford Bridge. No, we do go to Stamford Bridge. So there is that game, but still, like if we lose that game, we need to lose another game and another game.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's happening. 3 and 6. So
right. Okay, that brings us to our next game, which we can talk about, the Chelsea game, even though it's not in chronological order. But Chelsea-Tottenham, Tristan, I think you have a rant for us.
Oh yeah, well, okay, so I didn't have a chance, unfortunately, because Easter weekend, to watch the game. So instead of talking about what I didn't see, I'm going to be talking about what this loss means and why it essentially means the end of the short-term Chelsea. So they're 8 points behind, 7 games left in the season. They don't face Tottenham again, I don't believe. So just to get 8 points ahead and not drop anything in 7 games is essentially, it's basically done. I think they've solidified 5th, but I don't think they're going to 4th or 6th, which means that they're out of Champions League.
Europa League nightmare.
Yeah, so they're going
nights.
into that now. So they lose, I think automatically just making Champions League is like 30 million euros, which means they lose that much more on transfers they can spend.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, it was crucial for the transfers going in the summer, since Courtois and Hazard gives them the absolute greatest excuse now to be like, no, we want to leave.
Quick question.
So they're both going to... Yeah?
Do you think Chelsea has the same pull as United? Because in recent years, we've seen United not qualify for the CL, but still attract the top talent. Be it because of wages or...
Yeah, they do. Because I forget who they pulled, but when they missed out on that one season in Champions League, they're still able to pull players. So
but then it'll be the same thing that season.
Because everyone knows, like, even if it's one season, you're still going to get a bunch of money. Like, they still have a bunch of money behind them, and they're going to make it right back in the Champions League the next year.
I don't know if they have the same pull as United, though. United's just...
Well, the difference, I think, is United has the money. Like, if you look at how much they spend versus how much Chelsea spends,
they also have
United spends
the tradition,
a lot more.
And, you know, like, it's kind of like
it's
a
Manchester United, right?
Yeah, you know.
I don't know, to an extent. I don't put much weight on that. I don't think the players do too much, too. But they can just pull off more larger transfers. If you look at Man U's transfers versus Chelsea's, they're huge difference.
Maybe nowadays it's getting more towards the money than anything else, but to quote Robin van Persie, it's every little boy's dream to play for Man United.
Yeah, but I think that's a dying breed now.
It
But I mean,
probably is.
Maybe.
Getting a little off, but yeah, so back to transfers. Hazard and Courtois, I'm pretty sure are gone as a result of this, which isn't a huge issue. For at least you could probably replace Courtois with Donnarumma, hopefully, and then Hazard, if they can get money plus a player from Real Madrid, couldn't necessarily be not a huge issue either. It's just a string of events that are going to happen from this one game.
Conte's sacking.
So next,
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if it's necessarily just because of this game, but this was probably the final straw, right?
well,
right. I
think-
looked at his face during like in the 85th minute or something, and it was just
Defeated.
completely like numb.
I think
No.
what they were kind of trying to wait for is, one, they were trying to wait for the end of the season, but I think two, they don't want to like pay his like buyout clause or his like
Okay.
his essentially axe fee. But I think it's also the same thing for Conte. He wants to leave, but he didn't want to like quit because he could get that, so it was kind of like a stalemate.
That's
But I think at
literally
this point, after this game, it is going to force Chelsea to axe him in the summer if he doesn't want to leave. So
Right.
I'm hoping that PSG try and buy him out and take him.
So you
'Cause
want
then
him
at
to
least we don't
go?
have to pay that. See, Chelsea's gonna axe him regardless, based on the results.
But what do you want?
I don't think he's a bad coach. I think we had a bad season with no striker, and finally Murata's starting to come back a bit to form. But I think it's been way too long that we just haven't had someone up at the front, and not to mention some of the players really haven't played their best or brought it home either. So I think probably a change up, a new coach, a couple of player
It always tends to
changes will make a
happen.
complete difference.
It always
'Cause
tends
if you
to
look-
happen with Chelsea, like right after the season where they win the title, like they always seem to drop off.
Chelsea's
They
like
don't
a
need to find
Chelsea's
a-
like
they
a
need to
rich
find a cure
relegation
for that.
side.
Well, it's only been twice. It's been twice recently. So, like, you
Mm.
can't really build a trend off that. But if you look at Chelsea, when they got axed out of the Champions League a few years ago and then Conte took it, they won in the Premier League with essentially almost a very similar team as to what they had the prior season.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the actual team itself. It's just sometimes just a little, like, it can either be a coach or it can be just, like, one player, unfortunately, too, if it's, like, a crucial position. And I think that was the case with Diego Costa up at the striker.
Yeah, not the greatest.
Well, Chelsea
Situation
have
to
had
be in
1,
for
2,
Chelsea.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 managers in the last 8 years.
Yeah, they have a very notorious and very hard, strict rule of coaches must do well.
There was
while they're
Ancelotti,
here.
then we had AVB, Di Matteo,
Yeah.
Benitez, Mourinho, the Dutch dude, Gus Hiddink, I think.
Goose Hiddink, right?
Yeah, but he was just an
He was just interim, yeah.
coach.
He probably lasted more than
and
some of
Conte.
their more final managers.
He
but-
did
I
well,
think
too.
Hiddink
He actually
came
brought them
back.
back.
Hiddink's been there for like 2 or 3 times, twice I think.
Oh yeah, he was the savior for us on that season.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
In before Mourinho comes back after being sacked from United.
Yeah. Oh god.
But yeah, quickly moving on to Tottenham, because Dele Alli coming back to like emphatically silence his critics, and
I don't think he played particularly well.
I don't think that
Still got
necessarily
2.
matters if you win the game for your team.
No, it
by
doesn't,
scoring 2
but-
goals.
Right, but that's
And you
like
know-
that Danny Welbeck argument. Like he scored 2 goals on paper, yes, but is he on
no,
form?
I think it's a bit different than that. What do you mean he didn't
Okay.
play well? Because in the first half, I don't think any of the Tottenham team played well. But in the second half, Pochettino recognized what wasn't working, and
Right,
like, he
no,
stopped
he fixed
playing
it,
Son
yeah.
as a central striker, and he switched up the front 3, and then the entire team started playing better.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Dele Alli was, I think I said this before. He doesn't play well when he's played deeper, because I don't think he has like the passing range or the tactical like
Yet.
knowledge to play deep. But
Right.
when he's making like runs into the box, that's where he's at his best.
Exactly.
According to Shrikar, like he dives a lot, so like that wins a lot of penalties. So. Yeah, like he's at his best when he's around the goal line, and
And we saw
that's
that
where-
too. His close control in the box for that
Yeah,
goal.
what a goal, dude!
Dude,
That was an
was
amazing
nice.
goal.
Just
Some
to, like
people
take
just-
it on the right and left, and then,
That was like, that's such an underrated skill, but that's so
Yeah.
difficult. Yeah, that was an amazing goal, and the second one too. That gave him the confidence to rob the ball off the Chelsea player in the second goal and then roll it in. So good for
Yeah.
him. And-
Also,
At
for
this
the
point,
first
it's just
goal.
taking candy from babies.
yeah,
That's how Chelsea are playing.
yeah. Sadly,
For the first goal too, he kept that ball in. If you looked at the build up,
Right.
It was really close.
Eriksen's goal.
Yeah, Eriksen's goal.
We didn't even mention Eriksen's goal. That
Oh man.
little side note, what a goal! Probably goal of the season.
No.
No,
No.
I don't remember a better one this season, to be honest. But
Wanyama versus Liverpool.
True, that one's part of it.
Eriksson was so close to going to Man U too when he
And
left
Liverpool.
Ajax. So it was a good thing that I think it was a good thing personally that he chose Tottenham.
Yeah,
Because it could have been
he
complete
wouldn't-
opposite end where he would have, instead of flourished, he would have just done poorly, I think, at Man U. Because he wouldn't have gotten any playing time.
Who
he's
was
like the
manager
linchpin
then?
of their team. He's like the base of their entire midfield. Everything goes through him, and
Yeah.
honestly, he's such a quality player. He could play in any of the big teams, and he would fit right in.
I think he's still going to be there next season, but I think the following one after that's going to be hard for Tottenham to keep him.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
how many players would stay with Tottenham this year.
No, I think they're gonna
they got a
stay
lot of
this
loyal
year.
players, though.
They do,
Like,
they do.
They're players I don't think want to leave, even though like they're doing well, they could get paid more. I think what's going to happen though is once their manager Pochettino leaves, then I think you're going to see an exodus of players at that point.
Yeah,
Basically
Then
when he
they'll
leaves.
be like, okay, it's a new manager. They're not as loyal at that point. There's
Yeah.
not as much like keeping them there. So I think for some reason he leaves, then I think you're going to see a few players get sold that
Right.
season.
yeah.
But
I
man,
think
Pochettino's going to be a club legend for them.
I think he's hit that saturation point now where he's on. I think taken them really far, but I think he needs to take them a little bit farther, just so that they can finally be like, okay, like we're winning trophies now. We're finally doing something
Right.
with this team you've built for 4 years.
But for
'Cause if he-
Spurs, just to be above Arsenal
If they just-
consistently,
Yeah, if they just stagnate now, then I don't think he's gonna stick around for much longer. But he's built an amazing team over these past 4
right?
years.
And regardless, he's going to go down as I think they're like at least top 3 managers in their history.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't be
just 'cause he
surprised as
hasn't,
one of their best.
But
just
I don't
'cause he
think that
hasn't
matters.
got any silverware, right? So it's
I
difficult.
don't- But Tottenham aren't a club who historically have won too much silverware, so
And the Premier League is very hard to get silverware since there's so much competition with
Right.
so
crazy.
many teams.
It's so
right?
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about Tottenham's history too much, so I don't know where they'll rank him. But yeah, good day for Tottenham. They're solidified in the top 4 too. So I think the top
Also
4 is
beat
pretty
Chelsea
much
at the
set.
bridge for the first time in fuck knows how long.
28 years, dude.
Yeah.
Fair to say it's been a difficult ground for them.
Battle of the Bridge.
The other game,
Everton City.
the other big game, Everton City. Dude,
Damn.
that first half. Okay, you know what? I'll just, instead of saying my thoughts, I'll tell you what De Bruyne said after the game, and it just summed up my thoughts. He said, we've had good games this season, but that first half was probably the best performance I've ever had in this team. He said, I could see the fear in Everton's faces, and I've never seen that in any opposition team before. Whereas, like, you knew that you had the power to do anything you want over this team. And, like, the thing that made it different was I could see their faces and how they were so confused. And I've never seen that before.
That's not good.
Those are powerful words.
Yeah, really powerful. So, the City team is hitting perfect form right before the big crunch tie against Liverpool at Anfield.
I guess it's what both teams needed before going into the CL tie, because City are playing fluid football and Liverpool just showed that they can hold on and come back.
Yeah.
Which gives you like two sides of the coin.
It does.
Yeah,
Man,
they're both on form.
David Silva especially, man. He's actually one reason for him having like an amazing season right now is because I don't know if you've noticed, but he doesn't play pretty much every second game because
Yeah.
he had a premature birth
Right,
with his
right.
wife. So he goes back and visits Spain pretty much every second game to see his daughter. So he's
And good on Pep for allowing that. I mean,
yeah, I think anyone would, but he's fresh, so he's able to run more, contribute more, and he looks like he's just starting the season instead of at the end of the season like most of our other players look like they are. And he didn't play the last game at Anfield when we lost to you guys,
No, he didn't.
so
but then Van Dijk didn't play the last game at Anfield either.
true. True.
So
But I think we could just move on to the Champions League preview, man, because oh my god. Everyone I talked to is so hyped for this game.
You're not interested in the Newcastle Huddersfield game?
Oh, what a banger. What a banger, dude. Oh, sorry. Speaking about Newcastle, Tristan,
Yeah.
did you see the news about Pardew this morning?
yeah, sacked.
Trika,
What a
remember what you
guy.
said? Remember what you said when he got hired about
Yeah,
Pardew? He's never been relegated as a manager, so to preserve his record, he's gonna leave by mutual consent just before they get relegated.
Very
And that's
nice.
exactly what happened. I actually died.
No,
when I saw that news.
I went back and looked at the stat. Apparently, he's been relegated before once, 12 years ago, with Charlton.
Oh, really?
But I don't think that was the Prem. I think it was Championship League One.
Oh, okay. No, I just found it really funny how he chose to leave right before they actually get relegated.
Dude, also, Mark Hughes, 2 of his teams might get relegated this season.
True. What a legend, dude. must be a
Southampton
record.
and Stoke. Very nice.
Yeah. Now, Southampton are doing so badly.
Dude, that's what you get for, like, sacking your manager 3 times in a season. Like, what are these clubs thinking? Sacking twice and thrice. Like,
Yeah. It's like the new trend.
they should really do a Burnley and stick with their manager. Like, Sean Dyche got relegated, came back.
I know, right? Yeah. That's like a,
Like, I don't know. You're not putting
a
faith
classic
in who
success
you're
story
hiring.
when you put faith in
And
the
look at Burnley
manager.
now. They're flying.
Yeah. They could qualify for Europe, dude.
Yeah.
If Arsenal pull like an Arsenal.
Yeah. Doesn't it depend on the FA Cup? Who wins it?
It also depends on the FA Cup.
Because I think if Southampton win it, which of course is not going to happen, but...
No, I think if Tottenham win it, since they're already in the...
okay, I see.
I don't know, actually. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither, but it's something to do with that FA Cup spot.
So I think that wraps up the Premier League. We can quickly look ahead to next weekend. Actually, let's do that at the end of the podcast. So, coming up this midweek are the biggest
ties.
games of the season for pretty much all the clubs we're playing in them.
Pretty much all the
And-
players, too.
Dude, like, I've never been more hyped for a game before. It's so hype. Like, everyone I talk to is so hyped.
In my watching time, the only game that comes close is probably Europa League final.
Europa League, yeah.
Like, that entire run in Europe for that season, that was...
Yeah.
Because we play United, Dortmund, Valencia, and then Sevilla. But then, nothing compared to this.
This game could go, like, any way. Like,
I don't
okay,
know.
one minute I'm thinking City could, like, easily, like, roll you guys over.
Steamroll, yeah.
And the other minute I'm thinking we could get easily steamrolled over because you guys press so damn well. Okay, one time I was watching the City-Everton game yesterday and I was thinking, man, we should just hoof it against you guys. If we try to play out against you guys, we're going to get
You guys
killed.
get fucked.
We're going to get killed. I
But
don't
then
know,
we
man.
could get fucked too, because you guys can fuck us on the counter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna for the Man City Liverpool one. I think Man City's actually gonna surprisingly destroy Liverpool. I don't think
I
it's
wouldn't
gonna
be
expected,
surprised
but
if it
I think they're gonna wreck them.
Really? You
Yeah,
think they're going to wreck them?
yeah. Maybe not like a 7-goal deficit, but I feel like maybe like a solid like 2-3 goals in domination or something like that. That's what I'm calling.
Tristan, I hope you're a good predictor of things. I don't know what I'm saying.
Man City's just so on form, and Liverpool's been well too. But Man City's just been destroying everyone they come up against. So I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I don't think anyone will be surprised if that happens, but...
Honestly, I think it'll probably happen.
I think it'll be surprising. I think, especially at Anfield, because we never beat you guys at Anfield. We literally never beat you guys at Anfield. It's like we step foot on that pitch and then we turn into like jelly. We can't play. Your
and
guys'
it's going to
atmosphere,
be the
man.
most intense atmosphere Anfield has seen since, I think, the Chelsea semi-finals, the run of Chelsea semi-finals in like 05, 07, 08.
Yeah, and City
Because we
complained
haven't
to
had
the
a big
police.
game in Europe at Anfield in the CL for fuck knows how long.
City complained to the police,
2009.
Streetcar. How do you feel about that?
Fuck off. Fuck off.
I think one of the
basically.
games is going to be a blowout. I think the other game's going to be close.
Probably like the
I'm not
first
calling
leg's going to be
both.
close. And the
Yeah,
second
that
leg's
could
gonna be
happen.
blowout.
It could be like one team gets ripped in the first game, and then the second game, the team has to like come back by like a massive deficit, and then it's just like a 0-0 or something.
I feel like what's going to happen is like the first game's going to be close, but I think like Man City is going to edge them out. So you're going to see Liverpool push harder in the second game, which is then going to give Man City a good counter, and they're just going to capitalize on it as a result.
Man, I hope so.
Dude, so many things can happen.
You're going to see kind of like a similar to like the Barca Chelsea
Or like the Barca PSG last season.
dual match games.
Oh wait, no, that's
I
the other
couldn't
way.
remember that one.
The one where
the one where they came back from like
6-1.
6-1.
not that big of a discrepancy.
Literally anything could happen. Shrikar, you said it right now, I think. But
yeah, this
okay,
could go so
one of
many
the
ways.
one of the things I'm terrified about is we don't have a left back. That's the one thing we need against Salah.
Didn't you have Mendy?
Well, Mendy's injured.
No, we don't have a right back.
Oh, true, dude. Sane against Trent.
Dude, it's gonna be fucked. Trent got ripped against Zaha on the weekend. And if Trent starts, we're absolutely fucked.
Sane is a bit
Gomez
of an upgrade
is injured.
on Zaha, so.
Unless Klopp pulls a masterstroke and puts Milner at right back.
Yeah, or Klein. That would be crazy too.
But that'd be crazy because Klein hasn't played a senior game.
Honestly,
in a year.
I woun't be surprised if like some new player comes in there and has like a banger against us. You guys always do well against us at Anfield, man. Like
you can't count on that though. But Anfield's gonna be rocking.
Pep
God.
tried out something interesting at Everton. He played Laporte, the new center back. He played Laporte at left back, and I think he did it to try it out.
Was it a 3 defense lineup or was it a 4?
So here's the thing. It essentially still lined up as a 4, like on paper. So it was Laporte at left back, Walker at right back, and then Company, Otamendi in the middle. But like, if you look at like the average positions of them over the game, it essentially became a back 3 with Company, Otamendi, and Laporte, and then Walker became like a right winger. So he kind of changed his shape, and it's really interesting. It's kind of what Cruyff used to do at Barcelona, where in possession you're a back 3, but out of possession you become a back 4. And it might be something. I think
it'll be the other way around, if anything.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like he likes playing around with his formations a lot, Pep. And what he did is because Walker became like a right winger, Sterling came into the middle. And I don't know if you noticed it in the England game, Streetcar, but Sterling was playing through the middle for Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Pep saw that and he realized how good he was in the middle, but Sterling played in the middle with Jesus for this game, and he was on fire. So, like, it may be something he does against Liverpool, too, like that same kind of switch where Walker's attacking.
Dude, what I'm more scared about is who's going to start at center back, bro. It's Van Dijk is nailed on, but Lovren,
who's going to be your other center back?
There's a mistake in both of them.
Who would you do, Lovren or Matip?
I don't know, man. I think I'll go with Matip, and then...
Yeah, you know the rule, right? If you can't decide, then stick Milner there.
Dude, I just want a team of Milners, man.
I just want to
start a team of Milners. 11 Milners.
I think, to quote Shrikar a while back, I just want a team of Gerrards.
Also true. I'll take that.
That's
but if
the
I can't
one.
get that.
Yeah. Second best.
Miller's like the closest player we have to.
Are you sure?
Gerrard later in his prime. I mean, not in his prime. So after his prime.
I think I'm very close to quoting that. Milner is the closest player you have to Gerrard.
I mean, in the sense that he can play that utility role. Like, he can do anything, but in a different way.
Oh, he just took the legs out from under us, though.
Kind of like a Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney played center.
Oh, jeez.
He played center.
Wayne Rooney got moved around. Yeah,
he played a defensive mid for Everton on the weekend. He got nutmegged by Sane. He got flicked by De Bruyne. Oh my god, it was the most.
Then again, Klopp played Gini Wijnaldum at center back one game, so
I think Rooney should go to the MLS.
There's rumors of him joining Beckham's MLS.
Speaking of MLS, Ibrahimovic.
Oh my god,
that was a great pickup.
The king has arrived.
Did you see the goals?
Dude, what the hell, man?
He comes on, 40-yard like volley into the top corner. And the last minute he wins the game for them. They came back from 3-0 down to 4-3.
And this was a derby too. It was
this guy can do anything, man. This guy
I think he's going to win the league for them. I'm calling that now.
I don't even know what the
as long as he doesn't get injured.
Dude, we should go watch him if he comes to town.
You know, oh yeah, I'm down. You know what he said after the game? He said he shot from 40 yards because he was too tired to run.
Yeah. What a guy.
What a guy. Man, like, he owns the game, man. He can do anything. It's great.
I'm so happy he didn't win the Prem with United. I'm so happy. Because you'd never hear the end of that from him. It's like, I went to every country
I honestly wouldn't even mind. I don't care. He's a great guy.
No, fuck United.
Okay, well, I'll talk about Ibrahimovic, but...
Nah. Man, this game, I'm kind of even scared to watch the game.
Dude, I'm so hyped to watch the game. I'm gonna be at work, but like, screw that. Like,
sometimes I get so worked up for like a game, and then when I'm watching it, like I'm gonna monitor my heart rate for this game. I'm actually gonna do it like a graph. It's gonna be insane.
That'd be pretty good. Like, collect some data and then plot it, and then do some ML on it. Figure out what's going on. what the best time is to put on a Liverpool game. It'd be interesting
That-
to record you.
The
for this
atmosphere is gonna be insane. I'm so buzzing for the atmosphere.
I think this is where we can open up the Shrikar's rant segment.
Not a rant. No, I told my parents that if Liverpool go on to the semifinals, I'm going to Anfield for the semifinals. Like, I'm seriously considering it.
Game. So you're not gonna go to semifinals. So you're not gonna go to Anfield.
What?
Score predictions.
I fuck knows, man. I don't know.
Let me just like toss a die here.
Yeah, let me just.
Okay, you know what? Let's give it to Tristan because he's the neutral here.
For the first game, what is it at the Etihad?
It's at
No, it's at
Anfield, the
Anfield.
first game.
Oh, at Anfield.
Yeah.
Oh, 2-1 Liverpool or Man City.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Shrikar, what do you think about that?
I don't know. Like, yeah, sure, that could happen. I'm not ruling it out.
I feel like that's like your response to anything, but I completely agree with that. Like
I know it's my
anything.
response to everything because
anything
just
can happen.
the 4-3, anything can happen.
I know. Like you could be winning 3-0 in the 70th minute and you could lose 4-3 for all we know. Like
Yeah, like, fuck. We saw in that game, I had, like, a heart attack. Like, that
Pep
last
Guardiola.
ball in, where Aguero just misses the post from the header.
yeah, and when he
Dude,
hit the side
I
netting in the
died.
last minute.
I died.
I know.
Like,
I have a recording of you. I should actually play that on this podcast sometime.
that game killed. Like, that game aged me, like, 5 years.
I'm so hyped for this, dude. I don't know how to put it any other way.
But I guess you could say that City are favorites, right? On
that
paper.
means nothing.
On paper.
Yeah, so that means nothing.
No.
You could say Liverpool are favorites. Nothing changes. Like there's no point of saying that, honestly.
No, I think there's, like, the general consensus is that.
No, we're right. You're right. Their general consensus is that City are favorites, but
And to be honest,
of
they
the
have a better
game,
team, right? Like,
when
on
you're
paper,
in that
they're the team.
atmosphere,
Right,
yeah.
that's a different story. That's where Liverpool comes in and, like, that's how we've won all of our trophies.
yeah,
because
your
we're the
atmosphere is
underdog.
something else. It's almost as good as the Etihad's atmosphere, but you're cutting it close.
Do you see that meme with that one guy, like, doing the drum in, like, an empty stand?
Oh yeah,
At the Etihad?
the meme man Harold. He came to the
Uh.
Etihad. That was weird. Yeah, let's shelve this game and come back to it next podcast, and then try to decipher which. I'm gonna go for a 0-0 actually. So let's move
0-0.
on. Yeah, it's gonna be a boring game.
I'd take a 0-0. Take a 0-0 any day.
Yeah,
That's
Cause
you guys
then
the home
that-
team. That's a fair trade.
fair trade. Fair
Because if it's
trade.
0-0, we go away, and then any away goal we get is good.
That's what I'm scared of. Your away
Exactly.
goals.
Yeah.
Like, I hope Salah gets like slightly injured for the second leg or something, and
I'm thinking Man City's gonna dominate them on the second. That's what I'm thinking.
I think it can dominate you in terms of possession in both legs.
No,
But-
I think like the first game's gonna be close, and the second game, since Liverpool's gonna be down, I think they're gonna have to push harder, and that's where Man City's gonna capitalize on like mistakes.
But we are forgetting one slight detail. The second leg takes place after the two derbies
Yeah.
at the weekend, which can play a big part in, like, the psychological, like, thing for the players. Because think about it, City can win the league before
So actually,
going
yeah.
to, and that has happened before again in 04-05, where Chelsea won the league 3 days before they came to Liverpool at Anfield for the semi-final second leg, and they lost. So if
You know what though? I think Pep doesn't let that happen with this City team. Because
Yeah,
look at what
maybe.
happened. We beat Arsenal in the final of the Carabao
Right.
Cup. We won
And
the
again.
trophy. 3 days later, we went to their place at the Emirates, beat them 3-0. We didn't like drop an inch.
Also true. And I just love, like, both the managers. Like, both managers aren't hated. They respect each other. They're like they have different, like, footballing philosophies, I guess, but they still have that mutual respect. It's really nice to see.
To those weekend games specifically now, in between the two legs, you guys are playing Everton. I think it's 2 days before you play us at the Etihad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be okay. Well, now I think it frees it up because Chelsea are so far behind. So I think you guys are pretty much guaranteed a place in the top four.
we play
so
Saturday. No, we play Saturday at 7:30, and you guys play.
I thought you guys are playing only 2 days before the second leg.
We're playing earlier than you guys. I'm
Oh.
fairly sure.
No, I don't think so. Hold on, let me
Yeah,
check.
see, Man City United starts Saturday 12:30, but we play Saturday 7:30.
Okay, but
And
it's all on the
Klopp-
same
no,
day.
Klopp was it was on the same day, but Klopp was angry because they moved it from 12:30 to 7:30, because that skews his preparations for the Everton game. Because
I thought it skewed
he
his
doesn't like the
preparations for
early
City game.
kickoff. The 7:30 kickoff is
I
I don't
see.
like it either personally. That early
It's-
lunchtime kickoff just like throws things off in terms of preparation.
Yeah, but I don't think that game matters for you guys anymore because the top four.
No,
is
it doesn't
pretty much sealed.
matter as much, but I mean, we still would like to be on a winning run and before playing City away in probably the biggest game of our season.
If you guys play a different team for that game and you guys lose, then I don't think it'll affect the players too
Ooh.
much.
Interesting.
And I think you will. I think you have to.
I don't think we're gonna start Salah or
And-
Mane.
And Pep actually said too that he's gonna play a different team for United. Like he came out and said that
Right,
he's
right.
gonna play a different
So
team.
both
for
teams don't really
United.
care about their derbies as
I mean,
much.
dude, I'd love to win the league against Man United.
But would you take Would you take proceeding to the semifinals?
Oh,
over
of
that?
course I would. Of course I would. But I mean,
Yeah, exactly right.
I want to take both.
Right.
That's what Pep's gonna do. He's gonna focus on the Champions League over the match, but I can't see him fielding a really weak side for the derby.
No, he's not going to. He's gonna make some changes, but he can't field a weak side. That would be embarrassing. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I mean, then again, it's Mourinho, so he might just like park the bus regardless of what happens. So it's
Yeah, he will.
irrelevant until
Honestly,
he
I don't think
starts.
Mourinho
100% he
will
will.
against Man City.
No,
Really?
think about
I
it.
think
He's
he,
gonna park the
I think
bus.
he's,
What do you-
I
what's
think
he
he
gonna
knows
do?
he's gonna be fielding a little bit weaker side, so I think he's gonna go out and try and attack.
No chance.
That's what I see.
I agree.
What Mourinho's gonna do, whether it's successful or not.
Think about the headlines. No, think about the headlines. Pep beats Mourinho. City beat United at Old Trafford.
It's at Etihad.
Oh, it's at the oh, fuck,
Even
at
better.
the Etihad, even better. Just think about the headlines for Mourinho.
No, yeah, I think
He's never
Mourinho's
really
gonna-
cared about headlines, though.
He's a party pooper. He does. He's.
Here's the thing.
Of course
no,
he does.
even if City play a weakened team, City's weakened team is still 10 times better than United's strongest team right now.
Yeah,
And that's like a fact. Like,
dude, he's gonna go for
Listen,
a
like,
0-0. He's
if
gonna
De Bruyne-
avoid that win at all costs.
if De Bruyne goes out, Gundogan comes in. If Sterling goes out, Bernardo Silva comes in. Like, there's
Right.
no weaker players here. You know what I mean? So, like, I still think he's gonna go for a 0-0, and
Yeah,
I don't think
because
he's
that
gonna get it.
avoids
That'd be
the
dumb.
title to next week.
Nah, I think it's the only thing he
No.
knows to do. I don't think he knows any other way to play against the big teams. Like,
Also, he
tried
wouldn't
to-
want United City to win the league at United or against United.
Yeah,
And he's
if
gonna
you
go to,
told
like,
me
all
at the
costs.
beginning of the season, like City would win the league against United at home, I would like bite your hand off. So those two fixtures are in the middle of
The
the
CL week.
quarterfinals. So yeah, that's like a freaking massive week for both the clubs. Like we both play derbies right between.
Mm-hmm.
We play each other. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of traveling for you guys, because you go
I
to
mean,
Everton. Actually, no,
But
not really.
Everton's like across the park.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like 100 miles from Manchester.
What, Everton?
Yeah,
No, that's
Everton.
like- no, Liverpool is like 28 miles away from Manchester.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then both stadiums, Goodison and Enfield, are separated by like less than a kilometer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot of. That's what we were pissed off about when the draw came. It's like we don't want to take a bus trip.
It's
away to
28
Europe.
miles between Goodson Park and Old
Yeah,
Trafford.
28 miles. There we go.
Why don't you take a flight? Honestly, players these days.
No, take a chopper, man, and land right in the middle of the field.
In terms of coverage for this week, I think those are the biggest games.
But we still
coming up,
got a
right?
few other Champions League
okay,
matchups, right?
Let's just mention the other Champions League games. Sevilla, Bayern. I think
Sure,
that's
we can mention
Bayern.
those ones.
Clearly, but Bayern are on top form. They've spanked Dortmund for 6.
Yeah,
I don't,
I
see
I don't know.
any other
Sevilla's
result
been
there.
pretty good as far as the Champions League
Nah,
goes.
they're not
I
good
honestly,
enough.
I think it's gonna be closer. I think I still see Bayern edging out Sevilla, but I think it's gonna be a closer matchup than everyone's calling it.
Okay.
No, I don't
Maybe.
think so, because Sevilla don't have CL pedigree. They all their European like pedigrees in the Europa League, and
Maybe.
they've never reached this stage in the CL.
I mean,
I
they
don't
don't
discount
have-
the Spanish teams.
I'd like to believe that they can put up a fight, but I mean they're sixth in La Liga, and I don't think they have enough of an.
If anything, what you're saying, it would be closer for Barca Roma. In
Oh,
my
I don't
opinion.
think so.
No, I think that one's
Yeah,
Barca easily.
I think Barca's
Really?
going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think they're gonna beat them. I don't think they're gonna destroy them, but I think they'll beat them fairly confidently.
Yeah, I think so too. I think their defense is kind of old, and Barca are in top form right now. So is Messi. Barca and Bayern going through. Watch those words come back
Juventus,
to bite
Real
us,
Madrid.
but The other big one is Juventus
Oh,
Real
it's gonna be a
Madrid.
massive
A
one.
repeat of last year's final, dude.
It's gonna be
That's
interesting.
gonna be a close matchup. I'm still giving the edge to Real Madrid. I called them a while ago winning the Champions
Same.
League, but I think you're gonna see again the same styles. Like Juventus is gonna be a defensive side, Real Madrid's gonna be a more attacking side, where Juventus does counters. I mean, I think it's gonna be either like going into penalties for the end of the aggregate,
That'd be nice to see.
Real Madrid's just gonna edge out barely, but like a 1-goal thing or 1-goal lead on Juventus.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
think Madrid are favorites, but we shouldn't.
I
Well,
don't know.
When aren't they
I don't
favorites?
think-
It's very few times that they aren't favorites.
I don't know, man. This season they're not convincing. I feel like they came up against a really bad PSG side.
Either that or they
And
made
that make
PSG a bad-looking side.
I think it's probably a bit of both, just because
Yeah, I
Real
think
Madrid
it's
have
both.
a lot of quality, but I think Juventus aren't an easy turnover at all, and I don't think Real Madrid have it in them this season to push through a really solid defense like Juventus. Maybe they will score, but I think Paulo Dybala and Higuain are gonna come back to haunt.
Oh yeah, they got two top quality players there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be interested. I'm gonna be interested just to see if Dybala stays at Juventus over the course of this summer.
I think he signed a new contract, didn't he? I don't remember, but I
If he
think
goes,
did.
it's gonna be a ridiculous payout.
Oh yeah, for sure. Who would he go to? Like, I
Well,
don't even
the
know.
way Real
who's-
Madrid's looking at players this season, it won't be them. They won't have enough money to get them. I think he'll. So it may be Barca if they wanted to, but I don't think this season either. I think he'll stay at Juventus another season, then maybe the following.
I think Griezmann's going to
Yeah,
Barca.
I think that's gonna happen too.
So I don't. Yeah, he'll probably stay
That would
this
be
season.
smart for them to pick him up.
Dude, it's so stupid how the Argentinian national coach doesn't pick him. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
well, it's like a feud.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like what?
Yeah, it's some internal like shit.
He is
going on.
literally your second best
Yeah,
player.
sometimes though, when you look at like just attitude, you don't. It's almost more detrimental to take a player with attitude, even if they're good.
I don't think it's his attitude. I think it was that he couldn't play in the system that he wanted to play. The coach. I think that's what it was.
The rumor is that he can't play with Messi.
That's so stupid, man.
And I'm like, Messi can play with anyone.
Yeah.
So
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, he didn't even put him in the squad. He's just like not even called
yeah,
up.
he's like, I'm not gonna pick you.
He didn't get called up. Icardi didn't get called up.
Yeah, which is crazy. He scored 4 goals on the weekend.
This
Like
guy's
2 weekends ago.
ridiculous. He's gonna cost Argentina. I think they might even go on the group stages because of him. They lost
That'd be nice
6-1
to see.
against Spain.
They're certainly not winning. I'd be surprised if they make it to the semis.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised. I think a lot of teams are stronger than them.
Yeah,
But yeah, going back
but
to
I can't think of anything other than CL. There's nothing on my mind.
I've been thinking about this Liverpool game for so long,
A lot
but
of massive games.
Wednesday's the day. So quickly finishing up Juve Real. I'm gonna tip Juventus for this. A lot of people are saying Real, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think Real
It's
aren't good
again
enough.
the same thing with Liverpool. Like the game could go any way, but on paper the.
Is there any
favorites are
reason
Real
why
Madrid.
you're tipping Juventus, or is it just for devil's advocate? Like, do you actually like?
Oh no, I don't think Real Madrid are that good this season that they can do what they do
No,
every
it's the
season.
same mentality as what I'm like showing. I guess if I were a Juventus fan, I'd be saying the same thing I said for the Liverpool City game,
What
wherein
what did you
like-
say? I forget.
oh for the Liverpool City game, I'm like I wouldn't be surprised if City blew us away, but it could be it could be a close.
Nah,
game, so
I
if you
just
go
don't think Juventus are the team that
Oh
gets
no,
blown
Real
away,
Madrid's not
ever.
blowing Juventus away. I think it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be penalties on aggregate with Real Madrid edging them, or a 1-goal. I just can't see Juventus getting blown away. They're pretty good defensively, and even this
Yeah,
year
same.
they've got some great offense. So I'd be very worried.
They have, yeah.
Okay, but they did get ripped apart by Spurs for a brief moment.
Yeah, and then they came back and
What?
wrecked them.
They didn't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
ripped
they came back.
apart. What do you mean? They were down
I mean,
1 goal.
There was a period where like Spurs
All over
were
them.
like really pressing.
Yeah, but-
all over them.
Ripping apart, I thought you meant by goals, but they
Oh,
never
no,
actually
I'm just saying,
conceded.
I'm just showing the play, like the plays that happened
Yeah,
in the game. Right,
fair,
yeah.
but in terms of conceding, I don't think they concede
Yeah,
too many.
No, the only team that got
Uh,
bent over and had to bite the pillow was Chelsea against Barca.
Yeah, that's an accurate description.
Porto.
Sick test.
And Basel.
Or yeah, Basel too.
Really, really big week coming up, and I've said it so many times, but
Man, if this fixture was the semifinal instead of the quarterfinal,
I don't care, man. I
Ah.
just want to watch it. I'm so glad I get to watch
Yeah.
this game. Like,
yeah.
get to see like a real comparison of these teams in the Champions League. It's gonna be so hype.
Mm-hmm.
I hope
Mm-hmm.
I hope it stays 11v11. First of all, actually, I hope no one gets sent off, and I hope no one dives to win a. I hope there's no like controversy. I hope it's a fair result.
Yeah, I really, really hope there's no controversy.
And I'm so glad there's no VAR involved, because that shit is not
fuck
ready.
that. For now. For now.
Yeah, for now.
We
And-
want VAR, but we just think it should be implemented better.
Yeah, if you want to hear talk about it, listen to our last episode. Yes. And I think that's it for our
But yeah.
coverage for the week, guys.
Well, not for the whole week. We're gonna make another covering the Champions League for sure.
Sorry, yeah, for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just three people who are kind of hungover from Easter weekend. So apologies if
my head hurts.
if it sounded like that too. But thanks for tuning in, and
We shall see you midweek.
Don't forget to subscribe and also like our videos. Give us comments on things that you like, things you disagree with when we were talking, or on any standpoints. Also, all of the podcasts are displayed on essentially every platform, like Google Play, iTunes, obviously YouTube as well. So be sure to check those out. And also share with your friends. If you know anyone that likes these, we'd appreciate that as well.
yep.
Peace out, guys.